Hello. How does yoga work? There are three great principles involved in the way yoga helps people. They are purification, gathering, and liberation. And that's how yoga works. All the different yogas usually have these three phases. So just ponder them, make them your own. Purification, gathering or centering, and liberation. Let's, shall we just do a little background and arrive at these three principles one by one? They're going to help a lot. Yogis and people who have spiritual experiences around the world, whether they know yoga or not, have gone to Spirit, the source of life, and have come back to tell us that Spirit or God is manifesting as the universe and all the living beings. Further, that Spirit is striving to reveal itself through the universe and living beings, especially as human beings. Spirit wants to reveal itself, is daily revealing itself. In fact, it's not only wanting to, it is revealing itself. If we could be aware, spiritually aware. Yogis, saints, the avatars, the incarnations, and many scriptures from around the world urge the rest of us to unveil this spirit, this essence in our body, in our mind, in our heart, in our living of life, in our activities, our concerns, our goals. That Spirit be revealed through us. And that's how these three great principles come about. This is how Spirit gets revealed to us and also through us. Most yogis would agree with the statements of the brilliant Sri Aurobindo, a very great yoga leader. And so I'm most familiar with these terms through reading and enjoying Sri Aurobindo, in case you want to know where these words can be explored more fully. Purification, removal of all blockages, disorders, aberrations, deviations. Whether you're practicing Hatha Yoga or Wisdom Yoga, called Jnana Yoga, a removal of blockages, disorders, things that are preventing this spiritual awareness, this spiritual contact. We seek to experience these three principles physically, mentally, emotionally, releasing whatever impedes Spirit's full expression in us. When you do yoga, you let Spirit come through you at all these levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and in terms of your sense of self. These blockages vary in Hatha Yoga. They're tensions all over the place. As you try to move one way, you're aware of what's holding you back, what's keeping you from going farther. So it's quite easy to find out what your blockages are in Hatha Yoga until your body is free of those blockages. What happens as a result of this purification, in Hatha Yoga, for example, you get so you're at ease with your head touching your knees. And you can remain in this beautiful place as long as you like. That's purification. And purification alone is so helpful. When you're doing Jnana Yoga, you look at your mind and you discover it's wandering all over the place. It's thinking so many different thoughts. It's just wild. So you purify your mind. You let go of thought after thought and emotion after emotion. You just let go till your mind is calm and clear. Purification. Then you can experience spirit, higher things. So any yoga, Raja Yoga, it's so hard to focus on your third eye and meditate. Mind keeps wandering away. You practice purification. You have a period of just letting all these distractions of the day and worries about tomorrow fall away until your mind stays easily in focus. Maybe you need the aid of a visualization. Like in Raja Yoga, very often you like to think of a blue tunnel extending from the center lower forehead, and that your awareness is moving down this long blue tunnel toward a dot of white light at the end of the tunnel. It's a wonderful visualization. So that gets more into gathering. But you let go physical tension. You let go of the day. You just calm down and release whatever is impeding you. And then you begin a process of gathering, bringing your awareness to the tunnel, and that you're moving through this tunnel toward the dot of light. That's more of a gathering thing. But let's see, Bhakti Yoga. You've got so many emotions, so many feelings. You may have to consciously let go the fetters before you get into meditation. So you do the first phase of meditation, which is called purification. You let go anger, fear. You just consciously face them and say, I want to be free of you for this next while. Even if you want to come back, I wish to meditate. And you let go anger, fear, guilt, grief, arrogance, prejudice, and jealousy. As long as those are strong in the mind, it's hard to go on to the next phase of your yoga. So it's hard to gather. It's hard to find liberation, spiritual expression. So you purify. And very often, just working on purification is so beneficial. You just love shedding tension and turbulence. That's one of the definitions of yoga. Shedding tension and turbulence. Physical tension, mental, emotional turbulence. That's purification. That's what we mean. So whatever yoga you practice, there is this wonderful releasing, this wonderful purifying, letting go. And very often we do it with breathing. We do long exhalations, 6 of them before we meditate, inhaling, but doing long exhalations. And you do about 6 of them, your life force is not jagged again or troubled. Your life force will work with you when you meditate. So purification alone is worth learning and worth doing if that's all you do from yoga, just learning to purify in body, mental, emotional, and ego levels. You might say you're halfway there if you patiently purify. It's important to be patient. You just let go of something, it was troubling you, and it comes back again. You say, but I let go of it. Well, don't worry about it. Just let it go again. You'll just be able to get a feeling, I can let go of this easily, especially as you practice and get good at purification. Well, the next phase after purification is this gathering, and that can involve concentration, but it's a gathering of your focus. For example, you're focusing with Hatha Yoga on total freedom from tension, from head to toe. You've relaxed, you've consciously faced the various tensions and relaxed them away. How do you relax them away? As you know, in Hatha Yoga, wherever you feel tension, just back off a little and feel space fills that area, and see if you can go a little farther in your bending or your stretching. And you think of space filling the area. And you go a little farther, a little farther, until in a few weeks you're impressed with your progress. You'll be doing things you never dreamed you could do. Similarly, in terms of wisdom yoga, after shedding your various thoughts and memories and just getting the attitude of letting go, you now gather on your meditation technique. Are you meditating on the sky? Are you meditating on a candle flame? You're gathering your awareness on your meditation object, that device that is most appealing to your mind, that your mind likes to think about. And you gather your awareness on the flame or on the sky or all kinds of objects. There are just so many wonderful objects. Yogis, especially bhakti yogis, love to meditate on Christ or Krishna or Buddha, on a form that represents the infinite spirit so well. So there's this gathering on a form, or gathering on a third eye, gathering on a center, one of your chakras, your heart center, inside the spine, back of the heart. Mainly we meditate when we're beginning in the third eye or inside the spine, back of the heart. That's called the heart chakra or the heart center. But the gathering phase is just marvelous because you're able to intensify your awareness and understand life and the life force within you, and understand spirit better by gathering your awareness. You become a good gatherer. When I guess I was still in high school, last year of high school, I put luminous paint dots all over my room, about 6 or 8 dots. I could lie on my bed and look at the dot, the luminous dot on my ceiling, or sitting at my desk, I could look at a dot straight ahead. I just figured out there are all these different directions I like to sit. And I would just gather my mind on a luminous dot, a glowing dot, and got very good at focusing my mind. So well that my mother said, "Stop looking at me that intensely. It's irritating, it's impolite." And my teachers, who were used to staring at people and intimidating them, preachers and teachers, I just looked back at them because I was a good concentrator, and their gaze would fade. So I did have to learn how to manage my concentration in terms of human relationships. But you get so you can just hold your focus wonderfully. So purification and then gathering or centering. And you'll find your ways of purification. It'll become like a routine. You'll just let go easily of whatever's in the way. And then you'll be able to gather your awareness, for example, in your third eye or your heart chakra, and it'll stay there. And you'll be in a nice state of peace, and you won't be disturbed. You'll be grooved in. You'll be serene. There's a quality of serenity that comes. Whatever yoga you're practicing, and of course, in daily life, it's very helpful to know how to do this too. But then comes, as a result of this gathering and this concentration, you just maintain it. You can't do more. You've done your part. Spirit then flows into your gathering, into your gathered focus, into you. For example, if you're a heart center meditator, you begin to feel more and more wonderful feelings of peace or love filling you from your chest center. There comes this wonderful movement of spirit within you. And that's called liberation. Spirit is free to reveal itself to you, free to flow in you. and grow in you and give you ecstasy and give you understanding, give you wonderful visions of the divine, of the holiness of life, the reality of your soul. So liberation is as a result of, as you're cooperating by doing some good gathering. If you're not good at gathering, pray for it. Help me to gather and center better, please, Lord. And you'll make progress. So then comes, in liberation, comes spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment. The liberation of spirit to flow freely through your consciousness. Those are the three main principles of how yoga works. Purification, gathering, and then the third one is God's move. The indwelling, the rush of spirit into you and your life. These three, it's wonderful to practice the first two and maintain both of them. Then Spirit will decide. Spirit will move in you in some very beautiful way, as perhaps peace. You have a profound level of peace. Or your peace becomes bliss. You have ecstasy throughout your being. Or it becomes ananda, ever new joy. Or it becomes a sense of God's presence. You live in God's presence. Purification, gathering, liberation, the three principles of how yoga works. I might add that very often in your daily life, to accomplish things in the world, in your career, or in your projects, get things out of the way. Get things that impede you out of the way. Purification. Gather the focus on the project, or on the work, or on the career. Gather. And then as a result of your readiness, your openness, Spirit indwells you, moves and expresses through you, and wonders happen. Well, my dear friend, in spirit, that's how yoga works. Those are the principles that show you the way and take you the way, all the way. Wishing you the best.